We navigate our daily lives assuming the world around us is solidly, undeniably real. You knock on wood, it makes a sound. You drop a stone, it falls. For centuries, science operated on this exact logic, viewing the universe as a massive, predictable machine driven by gears, gravity, and hard physical matter. This mechanical view of reality gave us the modern world. Pioneers like Nikola Tesla mapped the invisible forces of electricity, translating the raw energy of nature into the electrical grids that light our cities. It is natural to trust the physical world we see and touch. But as physics reached the subatomic level, that foundation gave way. When scientists looked at the building blocks of nature, the mechanical clockwork vanished. Max Planck, the physicist who originated quantum theory, spent his life studying the atom. His research led him to a conclusion that challenged the very basis of his field. He stated, "There is no matter as such." He realized that atoms are held together by a force that implies the existence of a conscious and intelligent spirit. If the father of quantum physics claims the solid world is a mirage, common sense is no longer a reliable guide. To understand what is actually there, we have to look past the appearance of matter. The breakdown of reality starts at the microscopic scale. In the double-slit experiment, physicists found that subatomic particles do not act like tiny physical bullets. Instead, until they are detected, they exist as radiating waves of probability, occupying multiple potential states at once. This is the observer effect. An electron or photon remains a cloud of possibilities until the moment of observation. The act of measurement forces the wave to collapse into a single, defined physical state. Take two of these particles and entangle them. If you measure one, it instantly dictates the state of the other, even if they are separated by thousands of miles. They synchronize their properties with zero time delay. Albert Einstein found this impossible to accept. He argued that particles must have real, localized properties before we look at them, dismissing instantaneous connection as spooky action at a distance. Decades of testing eventually settled the debate. Experiments by physicists like Anton Weilinger proved that Einstein was wrong about locality. Local realism is not a feature of our universe. Because particles interact instantly without a physical medium, physical space cannot be a foundational reality. Distance is an effect, not a cause. This logic scales up to the cosmic level. Consider a black hole, where gravity is so extreme it warps light and crushes our understanding of physics. For years, black holes posed a riddle called the information paradox. If physical objects fall into the void, their structural data appears to be deleted from the universe, violating the core laws of thermodynamics. Physicist Juan Maldacena solved this by showing that the information describing everything inside a black hole is actually encoded on its two-dimensional surface. The three-dimensional interior is a projection of that flat data. This is the holographic principle. It suggests that our entire three-dimensional universe is described by a two-dimensional boundary at the farthest edge of space. From this perspective, the solid three-dimensional world around us and the passage of time are merely emergent illusions. They are structural projections originating from a spaceless substrate of quantum information. It functions like a virtual environment. In a game, a mountain doesn't exist as a physical object. It is raw code on a drive, remaining unrendered until a player looks at it. If the universe is comprised of information rather than solid matter, it implies a relationship between the data and a knower. In physics, information is the measure of what an observer can learn about a system, a fact that led pioneers like John Wheeler to suggest that at the root of reality, there is a substrate of conscious observation. These modern scientific models share a striking conceptual alignment with philosophies developed thousands of years ago in ancient Egypt. These teachings, known as Hermeticism, were associated with the Egyptian god of wisdom, Thoth. Long before the discovery of wave functions or information theory, the foundational Hermetic principle of mentalism stated, "The all is mind, the universe is mental." Recognizing the universe as a mental construct shifts your role. You are no longer a passive observer in a mechanical void, but an active participant in a conscious framework. The principle of mentalism provides a lens for biological mysteries like neuroplasticity and the placebo effect. In these instances, we see the internal mind actively dictating the state of the physical body. When you focus your attention, you are physically rewiring the neural networks in your brain. A sustained internal state produces a tangible biological change. Nikola Tesla understood this link between the internal and the external. He noted, "The secrets of the universe are found in energy, frequency, and vibration." Managing your personal energy and mental focus moves beyond simple self-care. It represents a mechanical application of how consciousness interacts with a mental universe. Because the universe is a mental projection, your external world responds to internal shifts. Realizing that the world is mine allows you to take responsibility for your own focus, using your consciousness to shape the reality you experience.